So let me ask you something. What if there was a vehicle in place that allowed you to live life on your terms while giving you the freedom to do what you wanted, when you wanted, with whom you wanted? Now, I grant you money isn't everything in life, but isn't freedom everything? If money was the vehicle that gave you the freedom, what would you be doing right now? Would you be spending more time with your children, your grandchildren, your elderly parents, maybe some charities or organizations that you just don't have time for anymore? How about hobbies? How about traveling? See, we all have different important things in our life, but I think we all have one common bond, and that's freedom. So if there was a vehicle that allowed you that freedom to do what you wanted, when you wanted, with whom you wanted, would you consider it? Would you strongly consider it? Well, I believe that there is a vehicle in place, and it's called Invado International. We were established in 2009. Our home office is up in Cleveland, Ohio, so we are a brick-and-mortar company, not an internet company, and an ambiguous place. Multiple product lines. We're in social commerce, and I know that's a new terminology, and you probably don't know what social commerce, or some of you don't know what social commerce. I'm going to kind of unfold that as we go along. We're in the energy sector and the travel sector. We are currently in the national, international coverage within the United States and Canada. We're proud of that. And we are poised to have an explosion, an international expansion across the pond very, very soon. So things are expanding very, very quickly. So let me tell you a little bit what separates Invado from most traditional companies or network marketing companies. And I got to tell you, with my own personal story as a real estate developer, will be 30 years this October. I've owned 14 businesses along the way, and I've had ups and downs just like everybody else. Not every business that I've owned has had a success story at the end, and some have. And I think you can relate. We can all relate with the ups and downs of the world. And I think you would probably agree that the housing market in the last 3 to 4 years hasn't been the greatest, but we made it through. And whether you're a traditional mindset person or understand the power of network marketing, I did not 12 and a half years ago when I first got in this industry. But I always understood the importance of multiple streams of income. So I want to kind of show you how wealth principles, like leveraging the efforts of other people, that can put you in a better situation. So most traditional companies or most traditional network marketing companies start with you, obviously. And what happens is, as you build a team, maybe a small team, medium-sized team, a large team, but you build a team of people, and those team of people go out and get customers. Now, from a traditional businessman, I look at this as me owning the company. I hire employees, and my employees take care of the customers. Certainly, I take care of the customers, but I can't do everything by myself. But what do I have to do with those employees? I have to pay them wages. I have to pay them benefits in most cases, workman's comp. There's a lot of overhead that goes along with it. But what if there was a formula or a format or a business platform that allowed you to help other people achieve their dreams, acquire customers through those people, and they win, you win, without the overhead of traditional business? Now, I'm not here to tear down traditional business. I'm still a traditional businessman. But I can tell you there's a more prudent and more cost-effective way of earning monies through the network marketing industry. A lot of network marketing companies, the Amways of the world, and so many companies in the past century have been able to master this opportunity of what I just showed you here with the team and customers. But no one has been able to do what we're doing right now. We are in a situation where not only can we grow a team, small or large, maybe you have no desire to grow a large team. How about a small team? And they get customers. Well, now we're going to put you in a position where your customers can get customers. This is history in the making, ladies and gentlemen, and we've coined the phrase of MVM, multi-viral marketing. Now, I can tell you, when I was growing up, viral was a bad thing. You know, it was a sickness. It was a bad thing. But in today's economic climate in the business world, viral is a solution, certainly not a problem or a sickness. So we're going to show you how things can grow viral, and you can capitalize it. I mean, just like Facebook. Can you just imagine? I mean, 900 million people has grown virally over the past 8.5 years with a company that nobody even knew about because it didn't exist less than 10 years ago. They've outgrown companies like General Dynamics and Boeing combined in the last 8.5 years. That took them a century or half a century combined in building their companies. Companies that were Fortune 500 companies when I was growing up. I simply just want to make a point. You can't outwork, outdo, outsmart viral marketing. So how would you like to be put in a position where you can be in front of the wave of that viral growth? And just imagine, if you're on Facebook right now, for example, just imagine if you were getting a piece of the pie of all the people that are connected to you directly or indirectly? Would that interest you? Absolutely. So let me kind of show you where our first and our lead product is. We've tapped in, and the way we can take advantage of viral growth is tapping in the fastest growing industry in history ever, not just today, but ever. It's the group buying industry. And some of you may be familiar with these two companies, Groupon and Living Social. They're not the only companies out there. There's many companies out there. And you can see by these examples where people can come in, they can purchase a discount on something that they have an interest in doing. Unfortunately, they only find something that they interest them maybe 1 out of 90 days, 1 out of 120 days or whatever. But you can see on the left one there where the spa is, 137 were bought. That was great exposure for that business. You can see that the getaways sold over 2,125 by that little check mark right there. And everybody should be familiar with Whole Foods. Whole Foods sold out with 14 hours left. This is a 24-hour deal, and 14 hours were remaining. They had to cut it off because they sold $1 million at $10. So you can see how profound this can be in achieving the exposure for the businesses and giving the consumers a great value. Unfortunately, or fortunately for us, however you want to look at it, they have left a lot of holes. Their platform was good, and I applaud them for what they've done, but we are the next level, the next generation. And what do I mean by the next generation? If I were to ask you what company was the first social networking company out there, some of you may say Facebook. Well, it was actually MySpace. Now it's considered no space because why? Facebook was able to do it bigger, better, stronger, faster, encompass the world in excess of 900 million today strong. Now that's profound. So we are to Living Social and Groupon as Facebook was to MySpace. So what we've done, ladies and gentlemen, is we've taken Groupon, Facebook, and we put it in the business model of direct selling. We're part of the Direct Selling Association in the network marketing format, allowing people to leverage the efforts of other people without the overheads and coming up with one incredible opportunity that we are called, and I'm proud to announce, Referdia. This is social commerce at its best, and I can tell you, if you're wondering what social commerce is, Mark Zuckerberg, which everybody pretty much knows as the inventor or the co-founder or the originator of Facebook, has said that this is the biggest and the next industry giant, social commerce. So what we've taken is we've taken group buying and we've combined it with social networking, and we've come up with social commerce with Referdia. It's a one-of-a-kind opportunity. It's never been done before, and that's exciting. Wouldn't you like to go back in time and be first with maybe a Google or a Microsoft or be in the boardroom of one of those companies? Certainly we all would, because hindsight's 20/20, and we would all love to go back knowing what we know now. Well, you're going to have that opportunity with Referdia. So let me kind of unfold what Referdia is, and or how it works. And I'm going to show you how does Referdia 1.0 work, because we actually have a couple levels that we're going with Referdia here, but this is Referdia 1.0. Let's just say that there's a business. In this case, it's a cafe, as you can see. And what happens is an Invado representative, like the person that puts you on this webinar tonight or yourself, connects the business to Referdia. It's simple. Now, don't need to be a professional salesperson. We teach you how to do this, and it's really people that you know. People that you know that own a business, a mom, dad, sister, brother, coworker, friend, neighbor, or somebody that you frequent, go to a salon, a restaurant, any kind of business, and you simply make a one-time connection. That's it, and the emphasis is on one time. Now, just imagine if you were able to be a representative in Invado, and you connect a consumer. A consumer, again, can be a mom, dad, sister, brother, coworker, friend, neighbor. This is a free consumer for signing up. They just sign up for free. They are forever attached to you. Now, this is the great part of this, though. When a company or a business sends out a deal to all the consumers that are associated with Referdia right now, and it doesn't have to be your consumer. It could be any consumer. If you set up the business, you're going to get paid on every single transaction that business ever does through Referdia. How exciting is that? And then let's take it one step further. If you had a consumer that bought from any business within Referdia, you will get a commission. You will get paid on something that they purchased every time that they went through Referdia. Now, here's the great thing, ladies and gentlemen. We're not one of these companies that have lotions and potions and pills and have inventory. There is no inventory here. We're simply getting paid on transactions that are important to people. See, we're not pushing things and trying to convince them that they need to buy this pill or this lotion and potion or juice bottle. No disrespect to those companies. But we're not in the convincing mode. We're simply putting people in a position where they actually can save money, and we're getting paid on the transaction. We do not collect any money. You don't have to collect any money. That is all taken care of with Refer to You through the business, through the consumers, but you make money on sales that you didn't make. Now, how great is that platform? Now, as great as that platform is, we realize that all industries have evolutions. I mean, just like the telecom industry. And some of you are probably smiling because, and some of you that are less than a quarter of a century old, you're probably shaking your head or scratching your head saying, what the heck is this on the left and the right? And I know the one on the right, but I certainly don't know what the ones on the left are. Well, the first one is an old-time phone, right? Can you remember? Do you remember, or at least your grandparents having this kind of phone where you had to crank and you had to even sometimes get an operator to connect you? Okay, well then it evolved to, if you remember and then there's other steps in between. But can you remember growing up, those of you that were my age and in the baby boomer era, where you had a cord to every phone, and by the way, you only had one phone in your house. And by the way, you were always fighting with your brother or sister who was going to be on the phone that night, and there was limits to 10 minutes and 15 minutes. And guys and gals that are in the new generation, there was no texting, there was none of this stuff. You literally had to wait in line to see or use that phone. And then the next picture, I mean, do you remember when the first, we'll call it a cell phone, but that certainly isn't a cell phone there, or even a car phone that had wires and everything was attached? I mean, I remember my first cell phone back in the 80s, and I mean, you needed a person to help you carry it. And then, of course, now you have the Apple and all these new generation phones that literally could launch a rocket ship, right? And they have all these functions. I mean, no one will disagree that there's an evolution. And once there's an evolution, certainly we don't want to go back. Well, let's kind of take a look at that in a connecting way, or from a business standpoint. What did businesses do to connect with their consumers? And that's what we are. With Refer to You 1.0, we're connecting consumers to businesses and businesses consumers. Well, they used the Yellow Pages. You know, remember the entertainment book, and they're still around certainly, but the entertainment book and the Yellow Pages were used by businesses to what? To connect with their consumers. Then along came Groupon and Living Social that we just talked about, connecting with consumers and business in the first generation of online group buying. And then came along Refer to You 1.0, superseding what Groupon and Living Social was able to, and putting individuals like you and I in a place where you could actually make money from this great platform. You are not able to do that with Groupon and Living Social unless you actually work for them. But now we understand that there's still an evolution, and that's why we've come up with Refer to You 2.0. And what I want to do, ladies and gentlemen, is I want to show you and tell you that the Refer to You 2.0, we have not announced yet in totality. And as I go through this information tonight, I want you to understand the concept of what Refer to You 2.0 is. We are actually going to be announcing it by our international event on September 7th and 8th in Columbus, Ohio. That's only 2 weeks away, so we're excited about that information. But here's my objective tonight, is to get you to understand the concept. If you understand the concept of Refer to You 2.0, you're going to love the details. With Refer to You 1.0, I showed you how you get paid on transactions. That's visionary. Well, it's even more visionary with Refer to You 2.0 when you get paid by signing up a customer, whether they make a transaction or not. Now let me repeat that, because this is evolutionary going to revolutionary. You get paid with Refer to You 2.0 whether your consumer or business that you referred does a transaction or not. How would you like to have something monetized and continue to get paid over and over residually? And residual is doing something once and getting paid over and over and over for a single act. How would you like to get paid by simply signing up a customer or business through Refer to You 2.0? Well, that's what we have. Again, there's going to be some disconnect here on some of the things that I'm going to be mentioning tonight, but just follow the information that I'm about to show you. And this is how this works. You sign up a business with Refer to You 2.0. For signing up that business, Invado is going to give you $10 a month every month that business is a Refer 2.0 customer. And you're also going to receive $5 for each additional location. How many businesses do you know, or restaurants or whatever, that maybe have 3 or 4 satellite offices or businesses or other locations? So let's just say it was a business that had 4 locations. You would receive $10 for the first one and $3 for the remaining 3. So in that case, you would be receiving $25 a month every single month for them just being a customer of Refer 2.0. Now take a look at this. Signing up a customer. How would you like to get paid 50 cents a month? You think, well, 50 cents isn't a whole lot. Well, let me ask you something. If you're getting 50 cents through a toll booth, would you like to get 50 cents on a toll? Yes, because you know the masses of people are going through that toll booth. Night and day, night and day, night and day. You have to understand what I'm about to show you is the same concept. You're your own toll booth. So just imagine signing up a customer, and you're going to get paid 50 cents every month that customer is a Refer 2.0 customer, whether they make a transaction or purchase a transaction or not. Let's take a look at how this looks right here. You simply refer somebody, right? Well, what if they refer a few of their friends? Don't we refer people on things that we like? We would see a restaurant we like. We experience that. You know, we bought a car from a car salesperson that we liked and trusted. See, we make referrals all day long, but we don't get paid for those. We're going to put an incentive for our consumers to make referrals. And as they make referrals, you're going to get paid on people that they referred. Just imagine the person that you referred 4 or 5 people. Every month that they're a Refer 2.0 customer, you're going to get 50 cents for each of them every single month. And then those people refer other people. That's the viralness we were talking about. Just like Facebook, just like many other companies, Hotmail, et cetera, that grew virally. And as this grows virally out, you're getting paid on people that you'll never meet, never see, never talk to, never service, never have a conversation with. 50 cents for every individual. And by the way, that's an unlimited viral. I can't tell you how far out it's going to go. How many people are connected to you in Facebook? You know who your friends are, but do you know how many of your friends have friends, and your friends' friends have friends? So you understand the concept of a viral and how extraordinary that can get. So that's just showing you what you can make off of consumers. Now, let's take a look at businesses, okay? That business that you signed up, okay, would you not agree that they have customers? Well, of course, or they wouldn't be in business, right? Would you agree that most businesses, maybe not everybody, but in this day and age, most businesses have a database? Certainly. Well, what if you signed up that business, okay, and they incorporated their database of consumers, and they were able to receive 50 cents for every person that they brought on, all their customers. And every time their customers referred someone through viral growth, they got paid 50 cents for them. And then they got paid 50 cents on the people that they go viral for an unlimited viral growth. Do you think that your people or your businesses that you just signed up, don't you think they would be extraordinarily happy and being able to expose their deals, expose the ability to promote their business? By the way, we give them a lot of free tools, their own storefront, all these things that, and again, I'm not here to explain every intricate detail, but understand the concept by you simply signing up a Refer 2.0 business and them incorporating their database, they're going to receive 50 cents each. Wouldn't you agree that a lot of businesses have 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000 customers? Well, what if it was 50 customers, 20 customers, whatever it is, they're going to receive 50 cents each. And as those people refer people and that viral growth evolves, they're getting paid unlimitedly. Is that a word? Unlimitedly? It's not. But I get so excited when I talk about this, I get tongue-tied. Unlimited viral growth. Now let's take a look at this. This should really clear things up. Let's just say that you took a business, right? And you signed up 5 businesses. Do you know 5 businesses that would like that kind of opportunity to expose unlimited amount of consumers, right? Not just their own, but anybody in the Refer community, and to be able to earn that money of 50 cents for their consumers and viral growth? Absolutely. So let's just say 5. And let's just say that the business consumers, they signed up 100 consumers. Again, that's not outrageous when most businesses have hundreds, if not thousands or tens of thousands. And let's just say that those business consumers, that they sign up directly, they actually do a 5-to-1 viral growth, meaning out of that 100, somehow in some way, whether each person referred 5 people or they referred one person that referred one person that went for just a very modest viral growth of a 5-to-1 ratio. Ladies and gentlemen, that would be a $1,250 that your business makes. $1,250 just off of Refer to 2.0. Now, I know what you're thinking, but I wanted you to understand the concept before I'm about to say what I'm about to say. You're saying, well, that's great, Kevin. That's what the business makes. I like that. But what about me? Check this out. You make $1,250 also. You match each business that you sign up on their customers. I want you to understand this, ladies and gentlemen. If you went into a Mexican restaurant and you sign them up, you may not be in the Mexican restaurant business, but you are now. Why? Because you're going to get paid on their customers that they sign up and everything that grows virally. How exciting is that? See, now, you know, this is just an example, but wouldn't you agree that you probably know more than 5 businesses? Absolutely. Would you agree that a lot of your businesses have multiple locations? I didn't even factor in that. Would you agree that there are some businesses that would sign up a lot more than 100? Would you say that the viral growth would probably be more than a 5-to-1? See, whatever you want to do, ladies and gentlemen, whether you're dividing it or multiplying it, whatever you want, I want you to understand. And I'm going to repeat something. You can't outwork, outdo, outsmart viral growth. This is incredible on how this works. So what I'd like to do is just show you, again, this is about to be launched. This is going to be, and our intent is to deploy it by the international event on the 7th and 8th of September. But I want to show you why you're going to want to get involved tonight. But we've taken something that is so incredible. We've taken an evolution, and we've made it revolutionary through Refer to 2.0, and it's going to be extraordinary. Now, we are in other areas, as I had mentioned before. We're the energy industry. This is actually where we started. My wife and I started this company with this company about 3 years ago, and we started up in the Midwest, and I can tell you that we get paid residually every single month because we've capitalized on the deregulation of utilities. And just on a very, very high level conceptually, just imagine getting paid not only on your own natural gas bill or electric bill, but imagine getting paid every time that your family member or friend or loved one paid their bill. What if you were able to put them in a better situation on their bill? What if you were able to save them money? In different parts of North America, we're expanding our areas as we go along, but in Canada and the United States, residentially and commercially, would it be okay that every time someone paid a bill that you introduced to Invado Energy, you got paid every single month? Now, I'll give you an example. My wife and I live in Orlando, Florida, my family. And we have, in our organization, we have over 6,000 natural gas, not even counting electric, over 6,000 natural gas bills that we get paid on. Certainly not because we went out and got 6,000 consumers, but our team has gotten 6,000 consumers. And we get paid every single month, and we live down south. How exciting is that? Just imagine if you were put in that position. Our next and our last, but certainly not our least, Invado Vacation Club. These have extraordinary benefits, benefits that would allow you to have vacations, in some cases of a fraction of a cost, being able to give people a vacation club that they could enjoy all year long, and getting them in a position where a year after they're a member, they could almost pay for a vacation by, for free through a vacation club membership, through luxury points, through a rewards program, a loyalty program. How would they like to be able to, as they're a member, to be able to get those rewards and put themselves in a position where they can actually afford to travel? Well, that's what we have. This is an $8 trillion industry, ladies and gentlemen, poised to go $15 trillion over the next decade, even in today's low economic times. Now, Invado is a business opportunity, and like any business, there's a cost to doing business. As a real estate developer, I spend hundreds of thousands of dollars at times getting into a real estate development before I ever, dig a hole, before I ever put in a street, before I ever put curbing or sidewalking, retention base, everything that I do. I understand that I spent a lot of money hoping and praying that the market stays strong, interest rates stay low, and there's a need for housing. Well, we know what's happened the last 4 years, but my point is high risk, right, for a high return. Well, this is very low risk. It's $4.99 to become an independent representative. You can see everything that we offer here, but here's the exciting part. I'm not even going to talk to you about everything you get here because I want to get to this point and I'm excited about it. Leading up to the international event, which is September 7th and 8th, which I mentioned, the co-founders have done an extraordinary, gracious offer to do a promotional $99. It's $99 to become an independent representative. And more than likely, the person that put you on this call, our webinar, actually paid the $499. My wife and I paid the $499, and we would have paid 10 times that or 20 times that for what we had gotten out of Invado. But this is $99. Ladies and gentlemen, please do not confuse this as a $99 business. This is a $99 buy-in for something that can yield you some very, very, very significant dividends. So let me show you this about building a team. You have an opportunity to build a team, and you can go infinitely wide, and you can go infinitely deep. That's completely up to you. You can build a small team, a large team. You can just do this by yourself. You have full control of your financial destiny with Invado. But just know this. If you start to build a team, at some point it takes a life of its own. You know, J. Paul Getty said it best. I'd rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own. And as you start building your team 10 team builders, or your team is going to be building their own team. And you're in a position where you can leverage the efforts of other people. Now, how would you like to have 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 people that have grown in your organization? Just imagine if they spent an hour a day on their business, not your business, but you overrode 1,000 people. That's 1,000 hours a day that you've leveraged out. How many of you go to work, and no disrespect to your work by any means, but you go and you trade time. You put in 8 hours, 10 hours, 12 hours, whatever you put in, and you do it on your own. You get paid, and you repeat the process. How would you like to be in a position where you can override it without the traditional overhead costs? Extraordinary. So let's take a look at the positions of the company. Everybody comes in as an IR, we call it, an independent representative. And the other positions, CTL, which stands for Certified Team Leader, ETL, Executive Team Leader, Regional Marketing Director, RMD, which you heard from two of them tonight, Mr. Frank Vicaretti and Ms. Claudia Greenlee, National Marketing Director, which my wife and I have the privilege of being, and then the SVP position, which was released just about a year ago, is the highest position. And just understand this, ladies and gentlemen, there's 5 ways to get paid and incentivized through Invado. Now, let me ask you this. Where you work right now, how many ways do you get paid? Typically one, right? Either hourly or salary. Maybe you get a quarterly or year-end bonus, but typically it's one for most people. We get paid 5 different ways and incentivized through personal bonuses, team bonuses, personal residuals, team residuals, and rewards program. And just understand, when you talk about team bonuses and team residuals, as you go up the ladder, as you go in rank, just like in corporate America, you get paid higher as you go through the ranks. And just understand this, with these levels, this is something that you do at your discretion, at your will, and there's no politics involved. No one can hold you down. There's no politics with who deserves a promotion, who doesn't deserve promotion. The computer promotes you based on certain things that have happened. And again, this is just conceptually. The person that puts you on this webinar, they can get in greater detail. But this is absolutely extraordinary. Those positions of RMD and above, those are life-altering, life-changing positions. You know, even at CTL and ETL, if you're making $300, $500, or $800 a month, what would that do to your life? You know, would it be a car payment? Would it put your kids through college? What would it do for you? Well, when you get to RMD and NMD and SVP, those are decision-making positions where literally it gives you the latitude and option to do exactly what you want. But let me show you the rewards program real quick. We understand that as people are earning their ways up the ladder into advancing themselves, and as they are making more money, well, they're not going to just jump one position to another in a day or two's time. But as they're building their business, we want to reward them with some great prizes. I mean, let me ask you this, where you work right now. Does your boss come in and, hey, listen, you know what, I don't know if it's a year from now or 6 months from now or 2 years from now or never at all. I don't know when we're going to promote you, but we'd like to give you prizes along the way. Well, you chuckle at that because that doesn't happen in corporate America. Well, that's what we do. We love to reward our people and our teammates as they're working their ways through the ranks. So let me just show you a couple things just at a glance. At an executive team level, you can qualify for an iPad 2, a camera, a vacation for 2. How would you like to have a 400-month shopping spree with Amazon or Target or a Shell gas card? multiple things that we do, and not everything's listed on this slide or whatever. But as you're going from ETL, and the next position was Regional Marketing Director, as you're on your way journey, you have the ability to qualify for these prizes. Let's take a look at Regional Marketing Director, a laptop, a 3D LED TV, a LED TV. How about $1,000 a month for a Jaguar or Cadillac? Or how about just for you ladies? And it's not just ladies, but for those of you that like high-end shopping. I mean, how would you like to have $1,000 shopping spree that you were forced to spend, or you're going to lose it? Versace, Gucci, Louis Vuitton. I mean, how would you like to have a shopping spree and just say, I got to go shopping, dear. My money's going to expire in 3 days. I got to spend it. How exciting would that be? And then National Marketing Director. I mean, how would you like to have a wardrobe? Whether you're a lady or a man, 10 suits with ties and shirts made, custom made, jet skis, home remodeling, mortgage reduction. We don't even have some. Sometimes some of them could be used for college education, a boat. I mean, these are just some of the prizes that we will reward you as you qualify through the ranks. And then, of course, Senior Vice President, the big position of Big Daddy of them all. I mean, a diamond Rolex. How about a dream car, Ferrari, Rolls-Royce, Bentley, Lamborghini? Maybe that interests you, maybe it doesn't. See, we have things from every walk of life. Maybe some of you saying, Kevin, I'm not a flashy person. A diamond Rolex isn't something that I want. I agree with you. I'm not a flashy person. I don't need a diamond Rolex. But is it okay that there's other things to choose from? So whether you're looking to do this on a very aggressive level or a part-time, it doesn't matter. We want to hit gifts and give you gifts along the way. I mean, the dream car, that's title in hand. It's not a lease or anything like that. That's title in hand. Private jet membership, 100 hours, for example, a private jet membership, a yacht, and the Granddaddy Mall, a $2.5 million mansion. How would you like to have a $2.5 million mansion just because you earned it along the way? That would be exciting. So it really comes down to two questions that people typically ask in a presentation like this. And I was here at one time, and I'm a pretty good self-motivator, and I've been blessed along the way. But you still, if you're not familiar with this, or even if you're familiar with this industry or whatnot, you certainly are not familiar with Referdia, because we have written the code. Okay, we have invented this new industry that we call social commerce with Referdia. So you usually ask yourself, can I do this, and will someone help me? It really comes down to this, and the answer to that is absolutely yes. We have a simple 1, 2, 3 system. We have a team support. The person that puts you on this webinar, not only would they help support you, but they have upline experts that work as a team. And they'll go through the launch with you, and you'll let them know how aggressive you want to be, how fast, how accelerated you want to be with this program. We have company support. We have tools in your back office that will allow you and help you grow your business. And we're actually adding more tools as we go along. And training events. We have another training event coming up, an international event in Columbus, Ohio. Again, I mentioned before, on the 7th and 8th of September. And you can come to Columbus and get a wealth of information on that 2-day event. And the person that puts you on this webinar, they'll give you this information. But what I'd like to really kind of close with, ladies and gentlemen, is timing. And I think that we all had a woulda, coulda, shoulda moment in our life. Okay? I should have done this. I should have bought that piece of real estate. Or I should have done. We all have a woulda, coulda, woulda moment. And sometimes we look at people and say, my gosh, they're so lucky. Or, you know what, I work so hard and I'm not getting anywhere. Working hard is good. I come from a blue-collar family back when, and working hard is good, but working smart is better. And I never got wealthy, or I never succeeded in life for simply just working hard. I had to work smart as well. And I had to put myself in a position with timing. And I had mentioned that before at the very beginning. If you could go back in time and put yourself in front of the curve with a Google, a Microsoft, a Walmart, any of those companies, would you do it? And the answer would be absolutely you would. You would want to be on that front of the curve. So about getting started today. If you get started today, you're in the front of the curve of what we have done with Referdia 1.0, what we have in the energy market and travel market. And as we launch this Refer to You 2.0, and by the way, right out of our launch, we're going to have over 500,000 deals out of our launch of 2.0. You're going to want to get started right here, right now, and show the information that you've seen tonight to other people, because you want a team of people going into that information, and there'll be an explosion in your business. Now you can decide to wait. No one's here to push you or to convince you. I'm not in the convincing mode. I'm simply in the unfolding mode. But understand this, ladies and gentlemen, we are having droves of people getting involved. That's why the person that put you in this webinar was excited to give you this information tonight. If you decide to wait, certainly you have that opportunity. But you're not going to have that ability to be really in front of the curve like you have right here, right now, tonight. Successful people take action. There's absolutely no doubt about that. So don't allow this to be that woulda, coulda, shoulda moment in your life. Two things about the $99. Don't look at it as what can you really do with $99. This is not a $99 business, I can promise you. It can yield you some significant dollars, and it's done wonders for my wife and I. And also, don't let $99 come between you and what could change your life forever. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, it's been my honor in unfolding the information. I would encourage you to get back to the person that put you on this webinar. And we'd like to wish you a great night. Thank you for your time. God bless. This is your dream. Live it. Have a great night.